Hello, it's me again. So I'm here at my closest public charging point, which is a Source West ChargeMaster charging point. I've got the card for it right here. There's the Source West card I've applied for, and this gives us access to about 20 charge points in and around Bristol, which is of course no use to me because I live in Bristol, but I think if you're visiting the city it's absolutely fantastic because at the minute they're totally free. So just going to give you a quick tour of what that looks like. So from the other side of the car park you can see these blue lights of the ChargeMaster charging stations, which is quite interesting. You might not be able to see that with the with my light that I've got on, but they basically look a bit like this. So they've got a pad where you put your RFID reader. They've then got some instructions on the front and a telephone number, a helpline. You can use, oh that's interesting, so you can use a phone, there's a phone number you can also use to charge as well if you don't have the card. So it says here, not sure if you can see that in the light, pay by phone or download the app. So you can actually just rock up without a card, it looks like, and give the phone number a call, and I assume they'll just remotely open it, which is interesting. So it's a standard like 10-pin charger that it uses in the back there. This is the cable that came with the Zoe. Nice thick blue cable that I haven't had a chance to get out yet. Comes in a nice blue bag, and then that just slots in the front just like your standard home charger does. And then so I went through the process of like plugging in the card, and now it's actually doing the charging. You can see in there it's saying ongoing checks, which it does seem to do quite a lot, to be honest, when you plug it into a public charger. I'm not really sure what that's all about. It's not actually charging at the minute as far as I'm aware. Let me go try holding the card on the reader like it says. So I'm reading the instructions that are here. Let's see if you can read those. So insert the cable. I'm there for type 1. Lights on the unit will turn green and a message will tell you charging is taking place. So I've not had that yet. So let me try that again. Let me try putting my card on the reader for 2 seconds. No, doesn't seem to be anything happening there. Okay, I might try and just redo the process again. Just restart it to see what this particular station is like. But I think this reacts quite similarly to the... Oh, there was a green light. No, don't want that. For fast charge it says there wait 8 seconds. I don't want the standard charge. That's just a 3-pin plug socket, which I don't have a cable for. So I want that one. So I'm going to present my card. Obviously the socket is already open. Yeah, I think this one's going to need a bit of a reset. Let me try and play around with it for a bit. So this is, yeah, as I say, this is pretty standard really with public chargers. They've all got their own little funny issues that you need to be aware of. The Ecotricity ones as well, they take a little bit of love to get going, but once you've got them going they're all pretty good and pretty standard. So there must be an order I need to use to plug this one in. Anyway, I think I need to clear out this car park now because they're about to shut. Yep, so as you can see here, we've got it working. I couldn't get that point to work, so it just wouldn't charge. It kept saying close the flap. There are 2 flaps at the back, one for the 3-pin and one for the 10-pin fast charge. So I think the actual point itself is confused because it thinks I was charging from the first one and I wasn't. But this one seems fine. Yeah, same process. Putting the card on the reader seems to take ages to start with. Apparently I'm the very first person to use these charging points, so maybe maybe they just are a bit cold and need a bit of warming up. I don't know, it is quite cold out here today. But yeah, I've plugged it all in, relatively straightforward. Now it's going, the green lights come on. Obviously you can see my cable stretching across the car park into that second space. I think I'm about to get kicked out. So yep, I need to go now. Okay, so there we go. So that turned into a bit of a joke. I had to leave the car park pretty sharpish because the attendants were saying that it was about to close and they would lock me in. So that's why I had to leg it. I've actually had to leave my charging cable there. So there is my charging cable bag and it's empty because I had to leave the charging cable connected to the charger because it wouldn't release the cable. It's locked in place. So I'm gonna have to go back there tomorrow and pick it up, which is good. So yeah, that's quite a disappointing experience. I mean, the charging worked eventually on the second one, charging post, but it certainly wasn't very responsive to the card. You know, it said hold it there for 2 seconds, and I held it there for a lot longer, and nothing seemed to happen. So there's definitely a lot of kinks that need ironing out. That's really quite a poor experience, and I'm going to have to try and report that to Chargemaster or Source West, whoever it is, because that's quite shocking, really. It's things like this that are going to, you know, annoy people, because they'll just assume that it's going to work, and they'll travel, you know, a long way potentially to park up in one of these car parks, assuming they're going to get a full charge for the way back, and that's going to happen, and then they're going to be stuck, and they'll you know, what are they going to do then at that point? So yeah, there's no excuse for them not to work, really. So that was a pretty poor show. So yeah, I have to go back there tomorrow, which is interesting. So there we go. That's another quick post from me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.